All right, so here I'm gonna read some of this article, and I'm gonna break this down for you real quick, so we can kind of be reminded of some of these important issues that are happening in our society. So it says here, last week, Ed Orgeron, I sound almost like Oregon, secured the biggest win of his coaching career with a road victory over rival Alabama. Wait, this isn't right. Sorry, oops, scratch that. Let me go back. Hard work really does pay off, especially if you're part of the LSU coaching staff. With an incredible season remaining undefeated, winning the 2019 Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, and advancing to the college football national playoff game, the coaches will be making big deposits. The coaching staff will receive $1.42 million in bonus checks after beating Oklahoma. Coach O alone could earn $1.7 million in bonuses if the Tigers win the national championship. So the coach is going to get $1.7 million. The assistant coaches are going to split up, or they're going to chop up $1.4 million. That's pretty much what it is. And let's keep going. Coach O has earned $500,000 just from the regular season, $200,000 for the SEC championship game, $225,000 for reaching the college football players semifinals, and $150,000 for winning the Peach Bowl. If the Tigers win the national championship, Coach O will earn $500,000 alone for that one game. The entire coaching staff will earn incentive bonus checks totaling $2.1 million when the Tigers win the championship. Now, I want you to answer this in one word. How much of that 1.42 million, or sorry, that 2.1 million, sorry, I'm getting my numbers off. What's a couple million between friends, right? How much of that 2.1 million did they say is going into the hands of the people who actually went onto the field and played the game? How much of that 2.1 million? See, because they said hard work pays off. That's what white folks always tell us. You got to work hard. You work hard, and hard work will pay off. It'll pay off by golly, right? So hard work pays off. Last I checked, it ain't easy being a college football player. Last I checked, college football players work the hardest of all. Last I checked, college football players were the ones out on the field taking body blows that are going to put them on crutches by the age of 35 and possibly give them brain damage. Most of them probably already have brain damage. In case you didn't know, this is a warning for you parents that are getting your sons deep into football. I'm not telling you not to do it. I just want you to be aware of this. Studies show that by the time you're done playing high school football, you've already got some brain damage. College football is another level up. Because you can't tell me some of those guys ain't taking some performance enhancing steroids. So they're coming at your baby with some guy that's 350 pounds who runs the 40-yard dash in 4.5 seconds. That's like a train wreck. Your child is literally going to be having car crashes over and over every time he gets hit, especially if he plays a highly physical position like running back or nose guard or something like that, center or defensive end or whatever. Right? I just want to make sure you're just clear on that. Okay. Not telling you not to play football. I'm just letting you know. So these guys are going on the field. They're busting their asses, working harder than the coaches. They are putting their lives on the line. Players have died on the football field. They have gotten paralyzed from the neck down. If you've ever seen a story like this, it's very tragic. I went to go see a young brother in Chicago who was a high school football star, who was paralyzed from the neck down at the age of 17. Can you imagine? I want you to empathize real quick and imagine this. Think about all the amazing things that you've done in your life since you were 17. Think about all the great experiences you've had, the fun you might have had in college, the great sex you might have had in your life, all the ex-girlfriends and ex-boyfriends, and you ain't got to tell nobody. I know, I can read your mind, right? I want you to think about all the things all the life you've lived since 17 years old. And imagine if all that was wiped out by being paralyzed, having to he lived from age 17 to age 31, paralyzed from the neck down. And when I saw him, he couldn't even move his head enough to eat. His mama was the only person that stood by him all those years. When he got paralyzed, that high school that everybody was so sad and everybody was praying for him when he got injured and holding hands and everybody clapped when they hauled him off, even though he couldn't move his body. And they said, we're going to take care of you. We're going to be there for you. We're going to, anything you need, we'll pay his medical expenses for the rest of his life. Well, that's because, you know why they said that? Why they told him that lie? It turned out to be a complete lie. You know why the school told him that lie? They told him that lie because they thought that his life was only going to last about 5 more years. They expected him to be dead by the age of 23. Instead, because he's got this special melanin that we have, we just, Black people have superpowers, this young brother lived until the age of 31. And what happened was his insurance had a little tiny fine print line that they slide in and that says, we'll pay all your expenses up until this amount. And when they hit that amount, they cut him off. All those people that were cheering for him in the stands didn't give a shit. That school that put him on the field and had him risk his life didn't answer his mother's calls. So what I'm just trying to tell you is that when these brothers step out on the field, when I say they're risking their lives, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being overly dramatic. I'm being honest. Sometimes honesty is the most serious type of drama. I don't have to add drama to this for you to understand and to feel this family's pain. And they're not the only ones. It's happened many, many times. So I go back to LSU. LSU, these guys are out here taking major hits. They're not taking high school hits. This guy got paralyzed on a high school hit. These guys are taking major college football hits from guys that are going to be first-round draft picks in the NFL. These are the hits that they're taking. So they're putting their lives on the line. And when the bonus checks come out and everybody's getting paid for their hard work, the coaches are walking away with $2.1 million extra dollars, and the players get no cash at all. Sure, they get a scholarship, but shit, I could offer everybody in this room a scholarship if I wanted to. It'd be easy. Like, if I have a university and I just say, oh, sure, you can, I got 50 people in the room, you can sit 20 more people in the back, right? You know, that has value, right? No, that's not the same as me giving you actual money.